Stefi. I'm a therapist here with KVC Hospitals, and today I just wanted to talk to you about a few different breathing exercises. Typically, one of the first exercises that I'll use to help explain the difference to kiddos between shallow breathing and that deep belly breathing that we're aiming for is called bunny breathing. So we're going to take 4 short and shallow breaths in before exhaling, and you can do that a few times, but it'll look like, and you're really showing them that it's just keeping it up in here, and so we can't really get that breath all the way down to the lungs, and it doesn't feel as good when we need to fill up those lungs when we're keeping it just short and shallow right in our chest area. So get you or your child to sit in a seated position, somewhere that feels comfortable. Get both your feet on the ground, kind of until loosey-goosey, kind of stretch it out, get in a comfortable position, but sit up straight. And we're going to focus on pretending that there's a balloon in our belly, and so we're really filling up our belly so that we're feeling the breath down there. To do that, I typically have our kiddos put one hand on their chest so we can kind of monitor how much that's moving, and then put your other hand on your belly or your diaphragm. Kind of scooch back here. So once we have that, you're going to take one long kind of drawn in inhale. I typically say about 4 counts, but again, whatever feels comfortable for you. So you're going to breathe in 2, 3, 4, hold, and then breathe out 2, 3, 4. And you should have this hand staying relatively still while feeling this hand kind of expanding with your belly and going down as you deflate that balloon. You're going to start with your hands up with your 5 fingers out. You'll breathe in 2, 3, 4 as you're tapping, and then breathe out 2, 3, 4. And this kind of repetition just helps kiddos to focus on something else other than their breath when they're first kind of learning these concepts of mindfulness. So you're going to go through those, and that also helps you keep that breath regulated and at a steady pace. You can have your fake candles, any sort of imaginary candle that you want to use. But the point with this one is that we're going to try to make the candle flame dance and flicker, but not fully extinguish. So you hold a candle, you'll breathe in for, again, whatever count is comfortable. I typically do 4, but breathe in 2, 3, 4, and then slowly breathe out with your pursed lips so that you have a really long and drawn out and controlled breath, so that again, you're making that flame in your imagination flicker, but not fully extinguish. So you'll breathe in 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. So you can do that for a couple times, and then you'll take another inhale, 2, 3, 4, and then let them blow out as hard as I can so they can extinguish that candle. So the purpose of this one is to have some sort of shape or some sort of pattern or drawing, something that they can trace while they're breathing. So this helps them to keep their pace, it helps them to focus on something and kind of lock in their attention to this task, and then also again helps them to practice that mindfulness. It also engages those tactile senses so that they're touching something and they're kind of working through those patterns as they're breathing, so they can kind of hit all those things at once. So this one is the poster that I use to work with my kiddos, and I'm no Picasso, so anyone can draw, a flower. And so with this one, I recommend an even number of petals, and so you'll breathe in as you trace 2 petals and breathe out as you trace 2 petals. Breathe in as you trace 2 petals and breathe out as you trace 2 petals. So that one you can go around as many times as you need to. So with doorway breathing, you'll find any sort of door frame, or like I'll use this window frame, but for the long side, you're gonna breathe in as you trace it, hold as you go across the top, breathe out for the exhale as you go down the other long side, and then hold as you go across the bottom. So breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. And we'll just kind of do that a couple times until you're feeling more regulated. I hope these were helpful as we learn more about deep breathing and different things that we can incorporate into our daily practice.